Hey there, welcome to the first module of the Van Life Roadmap. This is the start of our journey together and I am so excited that you're here. So you know you want to do van life. That is the first step, and together we will walk through every single one of the necessary steps that are going to take you from where you are to putting you out on the road. From finding the right van, to know exactly what you want in a conversion, to teaching you the skills you need as a van lifer, there isn't a stone we'll leave unturned. What that means though is we're going to cover a lot in this course. So go at your own pace and remember that you can always revisit a specific lesson as needed. In this first module, we're going to help you evaluate your lifestyle so you can decide what vehicle is right for you, your lifestyle, and your budget before moving forward. We'll cover the common types of vans, buying used versus new, and where to search for a van. Then we'll discuss the pros and cons of DIYing versus hiring somebody, and how to evaluate different conversion companies before you sign a contract so you can have a positive experience all around. So let's get going and I'll see you in lesson 1. Hi there. In this lesson, we'll discuss how your lifestyle and location come into play when thinking about what kind of van is right for you. Down below this video, you'll want to download the worksheet evaluating your van lifestyle and spend some time answering the questions, which is what we'll talk through now. Your first question is going to be, what's your budget? Your answer here should guide all of your decisions moving forward. I often get the question, well, how much does a van conversion cost? And unfortunately, there is no single answer here. The good news is van life can be really, really cheap. You certainly don't need a $150,000 Sprinter van to do van life. And unless you plan on tackling gnarly mountain Jeep roads, you can get by with a cheaper vehicle and a simpler build. Remember, people have been doing van life long before the hashtag and fully decked out Sprinter vans that you see on social media. The key point is that if van life imposes too much financial stress on you, you'll be missing the point altogether. If you really want to enjoy van life and the freedom it affords, start with a van that's within your means. We'll cover the costs of life on the road a little bit more detail in Module 5. The second question is, do you want to do van life part-time or full-time, and for how long? There is no right or wrong way to do van life. Maybe you're not in a stage in life where you can take off long-term, and that's totally okay. A van can still provide an easy solution for getting away on the weekends without all of the planning and hassle, especially if you have a family. It can also be great for a few longer road trips each year. The reason this question is important is if you're only going to use the van on weekends versus full-time travel, you might not need or want as an extensive of a build. This can also influence the size of the vehicle you need. If you plan on living in your van full time, you may want a shower, a bathroom, and a bit more space. But if you're just using it for traveling here and there, you might not need these things. The third question is, where do you plan to use your van? If you plan to use it as a winter ski van or to travel to cold destinations, you'll want to make sure you look for a van that can be winterized for 4-season use, or at least one that's already outfitted this way. Or maybe you want to use your van to escape winter, and in that case you'll want something that's comfortable for warmer temperatures with windows that can get a nice open breeze. If you plan to rally your van on gnarly dirt roads or in sand, then a 4x4 may be non-negotiable. And finally, if you plan to frequently go stealth in a city, you'll want something that's smaller, easy to park, and more discreet. The next consideration is how many people will be in the van. If it's just going to be you, that's one thing, but if it's your partner or your family is also along for the ride, you'll want to make sure that they're comfortable too. Another thing to consider is if you're solo now, do you think you'll still be solo by the time you hit the road? When I was having my first Sprinter van built out, I was single and the layout was perfect for one person. But the time the conversion was done, I had a partner and a dog, and the layout really didn't accommodate him and his stuff. If I only had some foresight, I might have ended up with a longer Sprinter the first time around. In the Layouts bonus module, I'll share some different layouts that will accommodate various situations, including some for families. Next, think about what gear is a must for you in your van. If you're a mountain biker and you want to fit your bike inside the van, a platform bed in a panel type van is likely what you'll end up with. If you prefer to hike and all you need is a pack and a pair of shoes, then you might not need so much space and you'll have a lot more layout options. Now let's talk about height. How tall are you? The Ford Transit has the most interior headspace, followed by the high roof Sprinter. If you want to be able to stand up inside your van, these and the Dodge ProMaster are going to be your best options. But again, you should let your budget do the talking. The final question is, when do you want to start van life? If you want to start van life as soon as possible, you're going to be looking at used vans that are already built out. If you want a custom build, you'll obviously need more time. Certain vans, particularly the 4x4 Sprinter and those converted by popular conversion companies, have a wait list and could take up to a year to be ready. You might not have answers to all of these lifestyle questions just yet, and that's okay. As you make your way through the course, you'll know these different considerations that you're going to want to keep in mind. So now go download the Evaluating Your Van Lifestyle worksheet if you haven't done that already and start working through those questions.